On March 23, 2025, in Wajir County, Kenya, a 17-year-old girl named Gala Eden Abdi was found dead. Her body was lying on a mattress outside a rental house. When the police and her mother arrived, they saw that Gala had been stabbed many times with a Somali knife. After she was stabbed, her killer set her body on fire. The fire was so hot that the doctors did not even do a post-mortem. Said she has 100-degree burns. This means her skin and her body were almost burnt completely, destroyed by the flame. The doctors also found that her spinal cord was burned before she died. This means she could not even move or run away when they started the fire. Next to her body were her traveling bag and a knife. It looked like she was trying to leave the house before she was killed. This story is a very bad and sad one because Gala was a refugee who came from Kenya for safety, but she found more danger instead. People in Kenya are very, very angry about this. They are marching out in streets because they want the killer to go to jail. Gala Eden Abdi was only 17 years old. She was a Somali girl living in a refugee camp in Kenya. One night, she was taken from the camp and driven 150 kilometers away to Wajir County. Her family told her she had to marry a man named Muhammad Kazim Tifu. This man was an 88-year-old man. Gala was very scared because the man was old enough to be her great-grandfather. She told her mother, Amina, and her stepfather that she did not want to marry him. She cried and begged them to take her back to the camp, but her family did not listen to her. They left her in Wajir with Muhammad and his relative. This was the start of the problems. She was a child being forced to live with an old man she did not want to live. The law says children should not be married, but the adults in her life did not follow the law. They made a deal and left her there. The police arrested Muhammad Kazim Tifu and 2 other people for the murder of Gala. But the case is not simple. In the part of Kenya, people use a system called Maslaha to settle crimes. This means the killer family pays money to the victim's family so they can stay out of jail. Human rights groups are trying to stop this. They say that murder is too big for a crime of Maslaha. They want the DCI, which is the big police department in Kenya, to handle the case. They are worried that the local police in Wajir are not doing a good job. Some people say the local police are taking fake statements from witnesses. This makes people very angry because it looks like the killer might get away with it. Gala's phone is already missing. She used the phone to record the abuse she suffered. Without the phone, it is hard to prove what had happened in the house. Gala's death has started a big talk about femicide, which is the killing of women and girls. People are saying that girls in refugee camps need more protections. They said that the government needs to make sure the children are not forced into marriage. This story of Gala is being shared all over the world because it shows how dangerous these old traditions can be. People want to know why her mother did not stop her or did not help her when they sent the voice note of crying for help. They want to know why the stepfather allowed the marriage to happen. There are many questions and not enough answer yet. The investigation is still in the early stage. The police says they will do their best, but the people are still protesting. They want to make sure that Gala's hiding is not forgotten. They want her name to lead a new law that protects other girls. The first marriage began with a long car ride in the middle of the night. Gala was taken from the refugee camp without her consent. When she arrived in the village of Wajir, she saw the man and she was surprised with him. Muhammad Kazim Tifu was 88 years old man and very old compared to 17-year-old girl. Gala did not hide her feelings. She told everyone there that she was not interested in this man. She refused with her family and told them she was terrified. In many cultures, children are taught to obey their parents, but Gala knew this was wrong. She fought back with awards, but no one helped her. Her mother and her stepfather finished the marriage deal. They went away. They left her alone in a place she did not know, with the people who did not like her. This was the first betrayal. Her own parents chose an old man over their daughter's safety. Gala was now a wife in the house where she did not want to be. She decided that she would not do things they told her to do. She refused to work or act like a wife. She made Muhammad and his relative very angry. He started to treat her very, very bad. They used force to try and make her obey them. They went on for many weeks. Gala was trapped and had no one to talk to in the village. She was an underage refugee girl, which made her very vulnerable. These people in the house knew she had no power. They used this to exploit her and hurt her. Every day was a fight for Gala. She was being assaulted in all the time, but she did not give up. She did not give up, though she used her phone to record what was happening. She wants people to know the truth if something happened to her. Gala sent a voice note to her mother. In the recording, she was crying and her voice was shaking. She told
24 hours I'm being beaten. This is not a man. I was betrayed to marry this herder. Why is my face swollen? I don't have a man here. He gets your support every time. No one wants to listen to me. Every sunset when I get to that house, I get beaten.
Told her mother that she was being assaulted 24 hours a day. She said that Muhammad was not a real man because he was so old and abusive. She told her mother that she felt betrayed. She said that whenever she cried out for help, her mother would take Muhammad's side. This is a very sad part of the story. Gala was telling her mother exactly how she was being hurt, but her mother did not come to get her. Gala said that every time the sun went down, she was beaten by the husband and her family. She felt like no one in the world was listening to her. She was alone in that house. After the mother, Amina, got the recording, she did not go to Wajir. She and her stepfather stayed where they were. They did not even call the police that day. They gave the killer more time to hurt Gala. On Saturday, March 22, 2025, things got even worse. Amina got a call from a relative of Muhammad. The person on the phone said that Gala would never come back to the refugee camp. They told Amina there was no reason to come to Wajir to see her daughter. This was a clear threat. It means that they were planning to do something very bad to her. Amina still did not go to the police right away. A few hours later, at 10 p.m., Gala called her mother. This was the last time they will even speak. Gala was screaming and crying. She said she was being attacked right then. She said they were taking her phone away. During the 10 p.m. call, Gala was in the spot of pain. She was trying to tell her mother what was happening to her so someone could know, but the call ended suddenly. Everything went silent. Amina tried to hear her more, but there was no sound. This was likely the moment the killer used the knife to grab and stab Gala. They broke her spinal cord so she could not fight back anymore. They wanted to make sure she could not tell anyone else what they were doing. They were very cruel and they did not just kill her. They waited to 12 a.m. in the midnight to call her mother again. When they called her mother at 12 a.m., they simply said Gala was dead. They did not say how she died. They probably hoped the mother will rethink or think she was sick. But when they see the body in a burning mattress, they knew this is more than a sickness. This is even not a sickness. The mother finally drove to Wajir the next day, and when she got there, she saw the rental house. She saw her daughter lying outside. It was a very big, terrible sight. Her daughter was burning so badly that she could hardly recognize her. All of Gala's things were in her bag next to her. The mother realized then that the voice recording were true. Her daughter has been telling her the truth about all abuses along. The Somali knife was sitting right there. The police finally came and started to look at the scene. They took the body to do a post-mortem. A post-mortem is when the doctors look at a body to see exactly how the person died. The doctors found the stab wounds and the broken spinal cord. They found out that Gala had suffered a lot before she finally died. It is a very slow, painful death of a 19-year-old girl. The people of Wajir County were shocked. They had never seen a crime this bad involving a child bride. This news spread so fast. Soon, everyone knew about Gala Eden Abdi. People started to ask why Muhammad and his family were not stopped earlier. They asked why the refugee camp did not know she was missing. The police had to act because so many people were watching. They arrested Muhammad with his two relatives. They started to investigate, but they ran into problems. The biggest problem was the missing phone. Gala had recorded everything on that phone. The police think the killer had hid the phone or destroy it. They need a phone to see the evidence of the abuse. Without it, they have to work much harder to prove the case in court. The police investigation started by looking for the witness, but in the small village, people are often afraid to talk about the police. They are afraid that the killer's family will hunt them. This is why the police said the investigation was so hard. They started taking statements, but some people said the statements were fake. Human rights activists said that the police were not being honest. They said that the police were trying to protect the old man and his family. This is a big problem in many places. When the police not do their job, the killer can go scot-free. The activists asked the government to send the special investigators into the city. They wanted people who were not from Wajir to look at the evidence. They wanted to make sure that no one was taking bribe or lying about what has happened to Gala. The missing phone was the most important part of the evidence. Gala was a smart girl. She knew that her voice was the only weapon she had. She recorded the threat. She recorded the sounds of beatings. She recorded her husband and her family talking about her. If the police find the phone, the case will be closed very quickly. It would prove that the marriage was not a happy one. It will prove that she was being hurt every day. But since the phone disappeared the day she was murdered, it is very suspicious. The killers knew that the phone was dangerous to them. They took it to save themselves. The police are not trying to track the phone using technology. They want to see it if it was turned on or if the SIM card was used after Gala died. The post-mortem report is the main piece of evidence the police have right now. It shows that Gala did not die of natural cause. It proved that she was attacked with a knife. It proved that she was set on fire. The 100-degree burns mentioned by the doctor showed that the killer wanted to destroy the body. In the law, this is called tampering with evidence. It shows that the killer knew that they were doing something wrong and tried to hide it. The spinal cord injury, it is so very important as well. It shows that there were a lot of physical force used against her. This was not a small fight. It was a brutal attack on a child. The doctor's report makes it very hard for the killers to say it was an accident. The evidence shows that the police also have Somali knife they found at the scene. They are checking it for fingerprints. Fingerprints are the mark of fingers leave on the things they touch. If they find Muhammad's fingerprints or the relative's fingerprint on the knife, it will be a very strong. They are also looking at the mattress and the bags. They wanted to know why the bags were packed. It suggested that Gala was already running away. Maybe she told them that she was leaving and that is why they attacked her. Every piece of evidence helped the police build a story of the happening that night. They are trying to put the pieces together like a puzzle. This goal is to show the judge exactly how the crime was committed so that the killer will be punished. While the police were working on the evidence, Muhammad's family tried to use the Maslaha system. They contacted Gala's family to talk about the settlement. In Maslaha system, the killer offers a pay for the loss of the person. This is often done with money or animals. They wanted to do this so the police would stop the case. They thought that if Gala's mother and the stepfather agreed to take the money, everything will go back to normal. But this time, the world was watching. Human rights groups told the family not to accept any money. They said that Gala's life was worth more than the settlement, or worth more than million in this case. They said that using martial law for murder is a crime in itself. They told the government that martial law is often used to hide sexual violence and the killing of women. In northern eastern Kenya, martial law is very common. Many people prefer it because it is faster than the courts, but it does not provide real justice for the victim. The victim is dead and the killer just lose some money. They don't go to jail. They don't learn that what they did was wrong. This is why the activists kick against the case or the martial law settlement. They said if the martial law is used, it will send a message that you can kill a 17-year-old girl and just pay for it. They want the Kenyan government to ban martial law for serious crimes like murder. They are using Gala's story to show why the system is very bad. They are saying that the law of the country must be more important than the rules of the elderly or the elders in the village. The Director of Crime Investigation, DCI, has promised to follow the law. They said they will not let the martial law system stop the court case, but the people are still worried. They know that sometimes the elder have a lot of power over the local police. This is why the protesters are staying on the streets. They are shouting justice for Gala. They want the special team of investigators to stay in Wajir until the trial is over. They are asking themselves. They are also asking for the mother and stepfather to be investigated. Some people think that the parents should also be in trouble for marrying off a minor. They said that the parent allowed the abuse to happen by not helping when they had the voice note. This is a very big debate in the country right now. The struggle between the law and martial law is the arc of the story. It is about whether a girl's life is more than a family's reputation. If the court wins, Muhammad Kazim Tifu will spend the rest of his life in prison. If martial law wins, he will go back to the village and nothing will change. This is why the activists are so loud. They are so loud. They are fighting for the future of every girl in the refugee camps. They want to make sure that no more 17-year-old girls are sold to a 88-year-old man. They want the government to protect children from forced marriages. Gala's death has become a symbol of fight. Even though she is gone, her story is forcing the government to look at this old system and decide if they belong to the modern world. Gala Eden Abdi was a 17-year-old girl who just wanted a normal life. She followed her mother from Somali to Kenya to find safety. She did not know that her own family will be the one to put her in danger. Her story is very sad, but it is also a lesson for everyone. This lesson is that we must listen to children when they said they are being hurt. We must not let tradition be an excuse for violence. When Gala sent this voice note to her mother, she was giving the world a chance to save her. This world failed her then, but we can try to make it right now by demanding the justice. Our death must lead to better protection of refugees. It must lead to the end of children or child marriage in every part of Kenya and in the world at large. The take-home lesson from this story is about the power of speaking out. Gala used her phone to document her pain because she wanted the truth to be known. She was a brave girl who fought against her husband and her in-laws for a week. She did not just give up. She showed that even a young girl can stand up to people who are much older and more powerful than her. We should learn from her bravery. We should learn to use our voices to stop the crime before it happens. If you see wrong things happening, you should report it to the police right away. Do not wait for things to get worse. Silence is what allows Gala's killers to think they could get away with this murder. We want to know what you think about this case. Who do you think is the most to blame for what has happened to Gala? Is it the 88-year-old man who married her? Or is it the in-laws who attacked her? Or is it the mother or the stepfather who entered there and did not help her? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. We read all your comments because we want to know how you feel about this real life event. Your opinion helps us understand what happens and we care about it. It also helps us to keep conversation about Gala. The more people are talking about her, the more pressure there is on the government to do things right. We must stay engaged so that the crimes like this do not happen in dark anymore. Thank you for watching this story on tremendous crime in history. We hope that this video helped you understand the details of Gala Eden Abdi's case. Please do not forget to like or share this video with your friends and family. It is very important that more people know about the dangers of the forced marriage and Maslaha system. And also make sure to subscribe on our channel for more stories like this. We bring you the truth about crimes that change history. By staying subscribed, you help us continue our work and support justice for victims everywhere. Stay safe, be kind to one another, and always stand up for what is right. We will see you in our next video as we continue to look at the most tremendous crime in history.